First opened in 2002. There's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the New York Jets. No more training camp, no more exhibitions. The 2018 NFL season on EA Sports is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Thomas Rawls with his first carry. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Tackle made by Ziggy Ansah.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Second down, Rawls. Room here to run. There goes Thomas Rawls. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Thomas Rawls, his first touchdown as a New York Jet, and the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. We thought they may be a quick strike offense this season. That is lightning quick. Not bad for the first drive of the year.
That has to actually exceed expectations, doesn't it? Because most teams want to be a quick strike offense. They want to score as quickly as possible and run a defense into submission. What they have to understand is, while they got it done there, long way to go. Don't get discouraged if you have to run a few more plays on your next drive.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 21. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving.
Monday. Set. 180.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Set. 180.
To throw on 2nd down is Stafford. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. Not the result they were looking for there on 3rd down. They end up taking a loss on the play. The only person happy now, the punter, gets to go out there and show Mom that he gets to play in the game.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. Back deep to return it is Lucky Whitehead. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The Jets making their way out. Last year, the impressive 3-2 start. A lot of people predicted they would go 0-16, but then after that start, they sort of collapsed. Just 2 wins after week 5. So as we look ahead to this year, Charles, what can we expect from the Jets?
Well, I would expect them to continue to play with great effort because their head coach Todd Bowles demands that. But Sam Darnold, their #1 draft choice, he will be the key to their season. The faster that he plays well, the better the Jets obviously are going to be. And on defense, last in the league in pass rush last year, last in the league in sacks. They'll have to do that by committee this year and find ways to get pressure on the quarterback.
Detroit!
They go play action here on 1st down. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 68 yards. And the Jets get the quick strike touchdown.
And he's got to absolutely be sky high right now. The first touchdown pass in the NFL. The first of what should be many, many more. But 57 of them in 2 seasons as a starter at USC. None as sweet as that one right there for Sam Darnold. Hello, NFL. I'm here.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Lions heading out, coming off a 9-7 finish a season ago. Another year without a playoff victory. And we said it last season, Charles. Unbelievable. They've won only one playoff game since the 1957 NFL championship game back when you were in high school.
Junior high.
And that one win was way back in January of 1992.
They do have optimism, though, because this team has been building. And I thought that their draft of 2018 signaled that they really want to help their magnificent quarterback Matthew Stafford and take the pressure off of him to produce 5,000-yard passing seasons, because they drafted Kerryon Johnson, a running back out of Auburn, and in free agency got LeGarrette Blount, which signals to me that they want to play a little brute force football. They want to batter some people and take the ball out of the hands of Stafford so often. If they can do that, that'll allow them to slug it out with Green Bay and Minnesota for maybe a division title in the NFC North. And last but not least, you know they've beaten 57?
Who?
The Cleveland Browns. Two teams trying to get back to their former glory.
They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Monday.
On first down, Stafford here. And Jones has it over the middle. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And on the left side here, Wilson. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. It's caught. Jones. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down. Here with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, as the Lions are in possession of the football here to begin. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. They'll run it now out of the gun, and he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford And his throw's going to be incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And it's third down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all. And I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Lions on third down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
3 down. All right, here we go.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10.
Here we go. 3-19.
They start on the ground with Rawls. And strong running there gets this up over the 15-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. You talked about the need for them to establish the run early. They've been able to do that here in the first half.
And that means that the whole offense has adopted that attitude and that persona. We're going to take care of this young quarterback. Let's all get together and run it and take the pressure off.
Detroit now. Blue landed. Gone.
Here's Darnold now on 2nd down. It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
Sometimes it seems like a tough world out there. Many thought Sam Darnold would go number 1 overall to the Browns, and he fell to number 3 to the New York Jets. I think he fell to a great situation. He gets to go to New York with a rebuilding team, take over the job right then and there. And while many were expecting Broadway Baker Mayfield, instead they got sudden Sam Darnold, and I think the Jets fans are going to be very happy to have him.
First down, this is Rawls. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Gone.
The play fake, and it's Darnold. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47. On first down, Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. Enunwa, the intended target. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Keep firing.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 20. After the interception, here's Stafford. It's complete to Golden Tate. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
On the ball. Stop.
Right back to him on first down. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. And his throw here is incomplete. Morris Claiborne, the former #1 pick of the Cowboys there defensively.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
The Lions on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd down and 12.
Set. 180.
A shotgun snap for Stafford. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Morris Claiborne. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10.
Leopard.
They give it to Rawls. And an alley to run. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
The first carry for Trenton Cannon. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Gone. Now let's go.
On second down, Darnold. Got an open man. It's Enunwa. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Quincy Enunwa, 35 yards. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he spins through, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. This offense trots back out there now, and as they do, Charles, one thing to point out that we saw a second ago are some of the new rules in the NFL this year regarding kickoffs.
Yeah, nowadays, the kickoff team, no more running starts. Remember that when you could kind of circle a guy around and here he goes? No more. You have to start, close to the ball. And when it's kicked, then you get to take off and go, so you can't build up your speed that way. Also, when you're returning it, remember those wedges that we used to say where guys would form together, 2 or 3 guys? No more of those. So it'd be a lot more man-on-man, one-on-one blocking. And also they have rules about where people have to be when the ball's kicked, where they have to be when the ball's caught. So to me, it's much more like a punt return than it is an actual kickoff return. So I'm eager to see if teams now take their punt returners, those nifty guys who make people miss in the open field, and make them the kickoff returners as well, because I think you can still get big plays in this area if you have the right people back there.
To throw on second down, Stafford. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. The Lions on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Set, 250. Hey, I need one. Let's go. Come on, man. Pick it up.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. That's caught inside the 20. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Big 20. Hurry.
From the red zone now, Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. First carry now for Kofrani Muhammad. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Final shot before the break. Darnold nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And the field position doesn't get much better than this. They'll have it 1st and goal at the 8-yard line. So we reach halftime here at our first Monday Nighter of the season, as we'll check in for the first time with the newest member of our Madden family. It's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. That'll be taken in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about, hey, we've got a shot at points already. We're already in a spot where you're thinking you've got 3 on the board for sure, and to come away with nothing, that's a really tough one for them to swallow.
Yeah. Will they make up for it? On 1st and 10, Stafford. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now it's Stafford off the bootleg. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Gonna look deep for Wilson. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Yeah, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14.
Detroit! Set! 3-19! 3-19!
To throw on 2nd down is Darnold. And that is incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And it's 3rd down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Green 39! Gone! Green 39! Gone! 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 Gone!
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's got Kearse. 20, 10, 5, and he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Jermaine Kearse, 64 yards, and the Jets find a way to stretch their lead.
And remember, partner, that's a rookie quarterback back there. Apparently, he's getting the hang of this NFL thing pretty quickly.
Had 3 touchdown passes. You're right. He looks comfortable. What are they doing? Anything in particular?
Well, they keep talking about making sure they're giving him plays that fit his talents and also maybe shrinking the playbook a little bit. They did tell us that. Bottom line, he's really good.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and it is 28-0. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. A spin. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Check, set, lady. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Hey, tag 32. Tag 32. On the ball.
Stafford on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to the air. Stafford on second down. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. Steve McClendon breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. To throw is Stafford. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Jordan Jenkins in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. Here's Sam Martin now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And last time out, another touchdown. And I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around.
Yeah, I have to agree with you because this was just about decided. But you know who benefits from all those empty seats? You and me trying to get to the airport.
That's
the roads
true.
will be fairly
That-
clear
that is
by the
one
time we have to
positive.
leave the booth.
Now a run. This is Bilal Powell. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
Lucky 56. All right, here we go. Green.
Now it's Darnold. The grab made by Kearse over the middle. And he's brought down.
Now let's go. Green 39.
They'll hand to Rawls. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. Off of play action, Darnold. It's caught by Clive Walford. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Here's Cannon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
They go again with Cannon, and not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Throwing here on 3rd down. Darnold out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Nothing doing on that one, and it'll be 4th down. Now to try the Jets field goal, Cairo Santos. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll begin here with Blount. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Again, here's Blount. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Lions on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8.
We got 4. Set. Red 80.
Play action. Stafford. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Trumaine Johnson. And this return's going to go backwards about 8 yards, but the interception is good, and they have the football.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Good starting position for the Jets as they come up 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he lost the football. And the Lions have recovered.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 45. Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. Jordan Jenkins in there to get him for his 2nd sack of the night. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation. From the gun, here's Stafford. He's going to float this one deep right side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Marcus May with a pick. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, Charles, he's thrown 5 picks in a game before, and right now after that one, he's standing on number 4.
And right now, your defensive coordinator is asking the offensive coordinator, can you do anything to slow this down? Because my guys have to keep running back out on the field. So play calling may come into it a little bit, maybe run the ball a little bit more. But a lot of it depends on the scoreboard. They may have to keep throwing it.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he coughed it up. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on their last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford over the middle, complete to Tate. A gain of 6 there on first. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run. First down at Stafford. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
On the ball, on the ball.
2nd and 10, Stafford again. Buying time to his left. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
The Lions on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This will be 3rd and 5.
Hurry!
Out of the gun, Stafford. And he locates Luke Wilson. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out.
We're rolling, we're rolling. Here we go.
They'll go to 1, try and pound it in. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. Here's Stafford. And that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Well, partner, so much for the mismatch. How about the guy at the second level, that big linebacker, able to run with the receiver and make a play on the football?
They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal.
Set! Yellow lady! Yellow lady! Mike 54! Put it hot!
Here's Whittle. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Give him a couple on the run there, and now they're in that in-between area here on 4th and goal. Now it's Matt Prater on for the Lion field goal try. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. And this is incomplete. They pass up the 3, fake it. It doesn't work.
I'm just going to go ahead and call it, partner. You could smell the desperation in that fake, couldn't you? Down big. They had to try something. No one was fooled.
I think you're exactly right. With this deficit, though, go ahead and give it a shot. Didn't work out. In the end, I guess it doesn't hurt him too much.
boys, got four down. Set! 3-19! 3-19!
From his own goal line, Darnold, and he finds Tyler Kroft. And he's brought down after a good gain. They give him a gain of 38.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
And this will probably be the final play before the 2-minute warning.
Hey, four down. Set! 3-19! 3-19!
Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Got four. Now let's go! 3-19!
Now they'll run it on the toss. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Now let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
They go again with Muhammad. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. And on 3rd and 8, defensively, they're going to beef up the secondary. 6 defensive backs.
Now let's go! Green 39! Green 39!
This is the running back, Powell. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Jets, you can't ask for a better start as they pitch a shutout here in the opener. And they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Santa Clara to take on the 49ers.